Hello everybody, this is your astrology report for the week of July 23rd, July 30th. And to begin off that, how's everything work for you? I know that a lot of you come back to me, deal what's going on, what's the whole this locomotions and parts. And I told you that there's going to be this power of the new moon that's going to trigger your ego. It's going to be about I want, I need, I demand, all these parts that comes in from the ego. You need to understand the processes that's going on right now, that you going against the destiny, you going against the universe. This new moon that just begin right now, it is about to take you on a journey of you to understand the material possessions of what you do, that you cannot control everything in the material world. And the second new moon that's going to be together with the eclipse, it's going to be the one's going to take you on the spirituality part. This moon squares in Uranus, as I said before, and that square with Uranus, Zavet, it's put that pressure that the universe says, I'm going to show you how bad you are. I'm going to show you how bad the things are. I want to show you the past, reviewing the past. What did you do? How bad it towards people? How bad you humiliate others? How bad you abandon others? How bad you were about this, about that? And there was this energy of reviewing the past. So you can know what you need to work on it. So now when the moon is going to travel to the zodiac sign, is going to be bring you to the each zodiac sign, so you can understand of what you need to learn, what you need to change inside of you. And it will go back into Leo, and then it's going to open the Lion's Gate, which is going to be a very good energies onto, so you can be ready with your spirituality, you to accept the things that you need to do and stop fighting with the destiny. I will picture one movie for you. That's gonna be the movie of the Lord of the Rings. Aragorn was in denial. He was the warrior, and that represents Mars in the current astrology situation. He was this mighty warrior that was destined to be king, but he denied his destiny. It's same thing, like a lot of you are destined for something else, are supposed to someplace else. If they need to be in other places, they need to be more evolved, and so they need to be who they are need to be, and they fighting the universe. And now the universe tell them, hey, you need to change. This is the part where you need to change. I'll give you this power. But before you need to change, you need to understand how bad you are. How bad you do the things. And this is why this part with the Sun and the Mars right now together, it's to give the power of the warrior to seek inside of him what he needs to do. And that is the power of the movie. If you take a look at it, when Aragorn decides that he will participate on the journey for the ring. He will protect the ring, even though he understands he can't do anything about the ring. So throughout his journey, he become much more wiser. He understands everything. And at the end of the movie, when he become the king, the universe bring him the reward. The reward was the love of his life. And that's what the next time when the moon comes back in Leo, is going to set you on the pattern of you to do the right things. But if you listen to the universe, if you do the right thing, and that is a part of your inner self, how you're going to be working on you, and how bad your ego is, how strong is to listen your ego, the society, religion, parents, friends. You need to listen your soul. That is the lesson. So let's begin. What's going on? Monday. Monday is going to be a very good day. It's going to be pretty good, simply because there's not going to be too much intense energies. The intense energies that's going to be between Mars and universe with the sun, it's squaring. That means that whatever I want, I need, and I ask, it's not going to work. You have to replace it. Can we have this? Can we work together? Can we be who we need to be? Can I fix this, what I mess up? And this is why a lot of you is gonna be triggered to create mess in the place where you need to clean up. Simply because when you make more mess where it's already mess, okay, then you have to time for you to clean up everything. Pick up the rug, get the dirt out of the rug, wipe it off, make sure it's clean, vacuum out the rug, and then put it down. That's what's going to happen. So on Monday, the moon is going to be at the mid of Leo. It's going to have some two yachts. That's going to be the first yacht. That's going to be Jupiter, Neptune, Moon, and the second yacht. It's going to be Pluto, Moon, Neptune. And this is the time when a God's going to point you out the things. The one's going to be the relationship that it's in the soul, simply because Jupiter is in the bottom, which is in Libra, which is the relationship. Neptune is in Pisces retrograde, which is represent the spirit. And the third point is going to be the moon, which is in Leo. And that is the part of I am to accept that part, to understand this. And the second yacht is going to be about your service, that you need to be who you need to be. And it has to be according with your spirituality, which is Neptune. And that is the part you have to understand what's going on. And he's going to be telling you tomorrow. Somehow in the dreams, somehow in the visions or the daydreaming throughout the day, you will get this part. You're going to be told what the things are going to be. That is about on Monday. So we're going to be looking at 24 hours ahead of it. The moon, it's going to be crossing into Virgo. And when that cross happens into Virgo, there's going to be this beautiful trines at the ends, where the Mercury, Uranus, and Saturn, they're going to be created as fire trine. But now the moon, it's going to be right there too. So the emotion is about you to look up this fire inside of you that is about positiveness. You to use the positiveness of the fire signs and to change what you need to change in your life and to be happy. And Virgo wants to be in order. You're going to receive the desires to put the things in order. That is going to be the one way. The other part that's going to be it's Venus-Jupiter trine. That is very powerful. Anytime those two they are in trine together, they are in a very good positions of increasing your love inside of it. And that part it's going to be pretty interesting and pretty powerful on Tuesday. Wednesday, the moon is going to be at 14 degrees of Virgo, and it's going to be a position of Neptune. It's about you to opposing your spirituality by thinking that that's not normal, that doesn't exist, I don't understand this part, I'm not too much on telepathics, but you are who you are. And that energy also is gonna be like I accept this, but I'm gonna hide it. And there's gonna be this duality inside of you, that you know something is not really clear to you. Something it's inside of you that's changing you, and you feel like fighting against it. It's the power of the unknown. And you fight and you fight, but you feel powerless to fight it. That's the power of the destiny. It's gonna comes into you. And this is going to be because of the squaring between the moon and Saturn. Anytime the moon and Saturn getting square, that lesson exists. So that's what you're going to have on Wednesday. Thursday, the moon, it's going to be pretty much on the end of Virgo's beginning of Libra throughout the day. And it's going to square Venus, and at the same time it's going to be continuous squaring Saturn. It's going to create that T-square, and you will feel that you have tensions with your love. Deep inside of you, your love is being tested. Where is your real love? It is. And that is going to come in because Saturn opposing Venus. One of the parts that I understand about the relationship with Venus and Saturn is that when those two are aggressive aspects like oppositions, they are about to present this power of seeking the love throughout the unknown and breaking that pattern of secretiveness. Now, when the moon is squaring those two, those going to be emotions to look at it, that love that's in Gemini, and to look at it, that secretiveness that it's a represent of Sagittarius. And the secretiveness wants to be exposed, the secrets to be exposed. Anytime Saturn it's in retrograde mode, he's like exposing the secrets. That's why so many secrets were exposed out there in the world of what's going on. And those emotions on Thursday is going to be breaking in about your life. What are you hiding in your life? Why are you hiding the parts of your life that you're not supposed to hide? Simply because you're destined for it. So that's going to be on Thursday. I hope you have a very good self-realizations. Now on Wednesday, the moon is going to be at 11 degrees, and that part of the moon, it's going to be coming together with Jupiter, and you're going to be understand of the proper way of love. You are in the emotion of the house of love, which is Libra, and Libra represents the partnership, the relationships, the marriage, and represents this wholeness of people, organization coming together, and you're gonna feel like the proper way of doing your partnership, your relationship. If your relationship is not good, what happened to it? Did you miss a different relationship? Did you did a different relationship? I'm telling you this because Venus is in Gemini, and this is in the signs of the duality. And what's going to happen is the part inside of you is going to feel this duality. You're going to compare your relationship to another relationship, to what you had. What happened if you had this? Or what would happen if you had this 10 years ago or 15 years ago? And that's why anytime Venus is in Gemini, you have this duality parts inside of it. Simply you don't know what part of you you're talking to. Lord of the Rings again, you know, Gollum, he always had a problem with his duality, and that's how life goes on. So that's going to be on Friday, and you're going to have a pretty good connections with Mars. This is it's going to begin like this part of free up energy is not going to be intense like today or tomorrow, and you're going to be like, oh, thanks God it's Friday. But the part right there, it's going to be that it's going to be squaring Pluto, who is in Capricorn. You got to be very careful with your professional affairs, because that part it's squaring your service, the way you do your service. Be careful what you do at your job. And Saturday, the moon, it's gonna beginning opposing Uranus, And during that part, it's gonna be start feeling intense energy on Saturday. That opposition of Uranus, it's the emotions of what you resist as a partnership against the universe. And the universe may be telling you the right things. You went against the universe. Now the universe is going to be remind you about everything that you did wrong. And you're going to be ready for this. The reason I'm telling you this is because when the moon's going to move to a Scorpio, and it's going to be the first quarter moon, throughout the next day and throughout the end of the night of Saturday, you will be feeling this part, and you're gonna begin this part where you're gonna start eliminating what you did wrong. You would like to fix it. The energy is gonna be telling you you were silent talk. You hurt somebody, apologize. Somebody hurt you, forgive them. All that parts, it's gonna comes in. Because simply Uranus wants to tell you what you need to do for your own good. And that's going to be on Saturday. Sunday, if you go into church, you will see that the sermon is going to be about forgiveness, let it go, forget the bad stuff, remove it, let them out, let them be out of you. In order you to be happy, you have to remove the bad parts of your life. And that's why when the moon is in Scorpio, it does this. But what's going to happen? The moon is going to have the first quarter moon. It's going to be squaring the sun. The sun is going to be at 7 degrees of Leo. The moon is at 6 degrees 12 minutes in Scorpio. And that's going to be the 7 degrees of separation with that opposition with Uranus that is going to trigger this part. But Uranus at the same time, it's in a trine with Saturn, and at the same time it's in a trine with, continue to be in trine with Mercury. So there's going to be some specifically messages given to you of what you need to hear. And this is the part that once the moon is in, right now in Scorpio, you will be feeling like, okay, it's time for me to be honest, to remove the bad parts of my life. It's time for me to be the good guy. I need to fix it. I want to be happy. I want this. I want that. I want the sacred love. Yes, the sacred love is underneath of the sign of Scorpio, not Libra. Okay? Because Scorpio represents the underworld, the things that you don't see, the seek, the underneath. And you want to have that sacred, specific love. It's right there. You will get the message right there in Scorpio. And that will be pretty much for the week. You have to understand to learn your lessons. You have to understand to review your past. Don't be aggravated and don't be working with your ego. That is the whole lesson. The ego is not going to help you. It is about you to see the ego, you to open it, you to unfold it, and you to understand it of what did you did in the past, and you to rewrite yourself, because when the next new moon comes in, the thing's gonna be different for you. You're in a train that goes and show you the past, and then it's gonna give you a new options for you. But you have to do the inner work. You don't do the inner work, this part is going to repeat itself over time, over years. And that's why in those specific moments, it's better to do the right things for yourself. And with that's been said, listen to your soul. Don't try to listen to anybody else. Listen to your soul. Your soul knows the journey of what's going on. Thank you so much for watching this report. Be love and looking for your comments.